What's up, Flick Connection? This is Darren, and today I want to tell you all about the best movies coming to Netflix in January 2018. Alright, this is a video I like to do every month at the end of the month so you know what to watch next month. If you like this type of content, definitely subscribe. I do this type of thing regularly, as well as giving you the best recommendations on different genres. In the description below, you'll see the total list of everything coming to Netflix in January, along with the date that they'll become available. But for now, I want to touch on some of the highlights of the things you can see this month. Right out of the gate, January 1st, we get 30 Days of Night. If you missed this one, it's a really cool vampire movie, and it basically gave us ravenous, bloodthirsty vampires back when a lot of teenagers were under the impression that vampires looked like this. We also get Apollo 13, which I'm excited about. I haven't seen that movie in a really long time, but this is a fairly underrated movie. It's forgotten about for the most part, but it's so well done. The anti-gravity sequences throughout the movie are amazing. They actually did this in an anti-gravity simulator, which is a plane that goes up and then plummets, so you're essentially in a free fall inside the plane. So they built the set, and then the actors had basically a minute and a half to 2 minutes to run through a scene. So very, very interesting filmmaking process on this one. I highly recommend watching it. Even if you've seen it, it's probably been a while since you saw it last. So we get Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, and Batman Begins. Batman Begins being the best, Batman, and then Batman Returns. I could forget all about Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin is actually really good this time of year if you just want some laughs, because it's crazy that they made the movie this way. But I recommend watching that for pure comedic purposes only.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
We get Caddyshack. Enough said about that. Everyone loves Caddyshack. We get Lethal Weapon, the whole series, 1 through 4, which I think it's a little bit late for that since they're usually Christmas themed. I don't know why we're getting that in January, but we get it. So if you're going through some Christmas withdrawals, Lethal Weapon would be a good place to start, even though Lethal Weapon is the number 2, the second best Christmas action movie of all time, and we all know it. It's still well worth watching. Midnight in Paris is actually a really cool Woody Allen flick starring Owen Wilson. If you're into literature, I recommend this. Basically, Owen Wilson is in Paris. He goes on these walks at night where he actually runs into, in these little clubs, he runs into people like Ernest Hemingway. He almost kind of goes back in time. It's kind of a quirky, fun thing, but if you're into classic literature, this is a really cool, fun movie, and it's really well done. It's got a really good cast. So it's a good recommendation for this month, and one a lot of you probably have not seen. We actually get quite a few selections from the IMDb Top 100, starting with The Godfather Part 2, and let's just face it, The Godfather 3 is no good. You can totally just watch the first 2 and forget it even exists. But if you just have to watch all 3, they're all going to be on Netflix in January. Number 1 on the IMDb Top 100 for what seems like decades now is a Shawshank Redemption. We get that on January 1st. We also get The Truman Show and Training Day. So big props to Netflix for bringing some really, really good classic movies to the platform this month. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory will be available on January 1st, and it is the best way to watch that story. I definitely recommend skipping over the Johnny Depp version.
Okay.
Speaking of Johnny Depp movies you could skip, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, will be available on January 2nd. To me, it seems like this is just a dead horse that they beat, then turned into glue, and then basically made macaroni art with the glue. However, it is a big-ass movie coming to Netflix. So if you're in the mood for just stuffing popcorn into your face, this ain't going to be a bad one to watch. I'm sure a lot of people will be watching it, so just hold out for the second, and you'll get to watch the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie, because odds are most of you did not go see it in the movie theaters based on how much money that movie lost. On January 5th, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee comes to the platform, so there'll be some new episodes of that show. On January 8th, we get The Conjuring, which actually is one of the scariest movies to be made in recent memory. Some of you are going to tear me up in the comments for that. You're like, it's not scary. Well, it is scary. Just because it didn't scare you doesn't mean it's not a scary movie. If you just want to get the Dickens, I think I can say Dickens without getting demonetized. If you want the Dickens scared out of you, watch it with the lights off, watch it by yourself, or watch it, better yet, watch it with somebody who gets scared really easily. It's a great one to watch for that. 2 days after that, on the 10th, we get 47 Meters Down, which is a shark movie starring Mandy Moore. Not enough to get me to even pay for a rental, but it is interesting enough and had decent enough ratings for me to watch this on Netflix. So I'll definitely be checking it out. Maybe not the first day it comes out, but before January ends, I bet I will have watched this movie. Same day, the kids get Captain Underpants. I'm excited about this one. I'd watch it by myself if I didn't have a young son, but I'll definitely be watching it with him. It looks funny. It looks like it's well done. Netflix has done a great job of adding content for kids, not just original shows and series, but good movies. They put good movies for kids and families. They get more eyeballs that way, I guess. They definitely get more people to commit to the platform if they can kind of put their kids in front of it. So we get Captain Underpants, and we get an even better one at the bottom or end of this list. January 12th, we get another Netflix original that I'm interested in. It's called The Polka King, and it stars Jack Black. It's based on a true story about a polka performer in the U.S. that basically ran what seems to be a Ponzi scheme, sort of a fraud scheme. So it looks really interesting. But I mentioned earlier this week kind of what works for Netflix, what's not working. This is one they're probably not going to promote too much. I recommend checking it out. I haven't seen it as of the time of me filming this in advance, but I am looking forward to watching it. And if you want to support Netflix making movies like this, you should watch it as well. That way they get the credit and they know that they should continue making original content like this. If you like to keep your jeans high and tight like I do, on January 12th, we also get a Tom Segura stand-up special. He's one of my favorite comedians working today. Netflix is killing it with comedy specials. They've got almost a new one every single week. It depends on your particular taste, whether you want to watch the one they dropped that week. This guy is hilarious. I'll be watching this one the weekend it comes out for sure. On January 16th, we get another great movie, Dallas Buyers Club. Academy Award-winning performance for Matthew McConaughey. Highly recommend this movie. It is grim, so it's not one you want to watch all the time, but if you saw it when it came out, it's well worth a rewatch. I'll be rewatching it for the second time, I'm sure. But it is just a really good, well-rounded flick, so I recommend it for that reason. And then one of the things I'm most excited about this month, on January 31st, Cars 3. I don't know why I'm that excited about it, but I've been wanting to watch this with my young son. He loves cars and trucks. I'm looking forward to just watching that on the big screen with him. I think that'll be a lot of fun. It's definitely one of the better kids movies coming to the platform that month, even though there are a lot. Again, everything coming to Netflix in January is in the description below. Read the full list, watch the movies. Let me know in the comments what you're watching. Likes are always appreciated, but thanks for watching, and you will see me next time.